Hey, everybody. What I wanted to talk to you about today is something that I'm noticing a lot for all of you who are high achievers. And part of that is about that, do you want to take action, but you don't want to take not enough action, but you could take more action, but if it's not perfect, I don't want to do it. So it's different from perfectionism. It's what I call avoiding middling. So, right, middle and then ing. So when we look at middling, that's what people don't like. It's actually really discomfort. Like, I'm only going halfway. I'm only going to the middle. That if I'm going to take an action step, I really want it to be really huge. And what I remind people about action, especially in making large improvements in your life, is that it's about it's about agency. So what you're really looking to do is have more agency over your life, more agency over the things that you're creating. So you're doing these tactics or you're setting some goals and you're trying to get to some end result that you can see. And the more clear that end result is, the easier it is to do. So when you're thinking about moving forward, right? We're taking steps every day to get to something that's larger and it's a little bit more out there. And the more you can define that end vision, the easier it is to kind of pick up things along the way. So it's kind of a shopping list of actions. So when you are thinking, oh, I'm going to get a house, you start doing the shopping list of all the things that go into a house. If I'm going to redo my kitchen, I only have to sort for that. And so think about that, right? If everything, if we think we have to buy a whole house of a new life, we're always shopping for everything. That's also why we go keep it smaller. Let's just focus on the kitchen, right? And let's focus on the things that we need to actively approach in that one area. That's why only having 3 goals at a time is really valuable. So when we look at that, then everybody goes, oh, okay, well, if I'm only going to do this one section, then I want it to be the very best. Well, we can start to look at what is a comfortable pace, what is a consistent pace, and where is the win. We misread where the win is. And the win is that you can really focus in on the middle, right? There's a middle way, right? It's not the way I don't want, it's not the perfect way, but it's a way in the middle. And that's sometimes feels a little too mainstream for people, but what it is it's a path forward. And it's a path forward that most people can keep doing. So when you're thinking about how to set perhaps 3 big goals, right? You're going to take agency. That is that you will actively approach towards something, that you'll take another step and you'll take another step and you'll take another step. It doesn't have to be the high jump every time, right? A marathon runner doesn't try to run a marathon every day. They just try to get 6 miles in every day at 6 a.m. So when you're looking at that, you're looking at the adventure of it, right? When we look at prosperity-based energy, that's what you're looking for, is you're looking for that action energy. I feel that I have agency. I can make good choices for my life, and that I feel that I can face it, that I can get to what it is that I want to do. So, and it's also creating, a lot of times people will call that muscle memory. They call it a habit. So when you're looking at that next step, I have agency, and it's easy to take agency over my ideas or my vision if I can actually see it. It's really hard to have the desire to actively approach if you don't know where you're going. So when you are thinking about where you're going, get as close to the idea or feeling or emotion is there. And I love the tool of what if. What if I could have that? What if? What if? What if I could get that done? What if I could completely do whatever my goal is? What if I could get it done in just 12 weeks? Right? What if? What if? What if? And that's super helpful because it helps free up the piece. So when you are going forward, remember your win every day is when you choose to take action. And that action energy is that prosperity energy. It is that it's not just the labor or the game plan, right? It's just going, I will initiate, I will continue forward, and it's completing the task. So movement counts, and movement counts when it's done regularly. That's how you build momentum. So, and the movement, if you do it repeatedly after another, it's much easier to get kind of moving. It's much easier to get momentum. Sometimes it's just the hardest thing to get up off the couch, right? But once you get up off the couch, yeah, I'm ready to walk. And once you're ready to walk 1 block, then you can do 5 blocks, right? So it's easy, easy, easy to move once you're started moving. And then for those of you who are high achievers or overachievers, that you go, oh, well, I don't want it to be lackluster. Well, lackluster is only if you don't start. Lackluster only happens if there's no agency, that you don't know that what you're creating is to create something that is movement and moving forward. That's the leadership that you have to take in your own life. And that is the beauty of what we're doing together. So again, I want to thank you. I will thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for taking the time to um, to boldly go, to really look at your life, to dream. And it's so nice. It's so nice to see the things moving. So keep going. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're doing the work. Do not be afraid of middling. That's the concept that you want to take away from today is, right, don't be afraid of the middle. Mainstream is not a bad thing when it comes to tasks, right? Just the agency is the energy moving forward that you are looking to actively approach every piece of your life. And that right there is enough. And that's the win, is to actively approach, that you will mobilize your own dream. And we've talked about it in other ways, but I think sometimes it's just helpful to remind people about that little voice in the back called middle, that so many people are afraid of, because they feel like if I go in the middle, that's not to the top. No, that's not how this works. Just get moving. And thank you for doing it. Thank you for letting this all stir up inside of you so that you're willing to do it. And agency is the win. And that's what you're doing. So keep going. I will see you soon. And thank you so much for taking on your own dreams. That's going to be so fun. Bye.